Thank you. Can we have Kritika?
Hey Rahul.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm well.
Welcome to Stella Maris College.
Thank you.
So my question is, what according to you is the biggest hindrance to growth in India?
Biggest hindrance to growth? Crony capitalism. The fact that huge amount of resources are captured by 15 or 20 people, and the mechanism of capture is corruption. So I would say that corruption and crony capitalism are a huge barrier to growth in India. I would also say that today there is a lack of a vision. India is looking inwards. India is fighting. India is divided. And when you are a divided nation, when you have anger in the nation, you cannot grow. So India has to realize its space in the world. Not only its space back home, but its space in the world. And what is India's space in the world? The world is dramatically changing. So we are moving from a United States-centric world to a United States, China, India, Russia-centric world, a multipolar world. And India has to have a certain degree of confidence on the international stage, right? Somebody once said, an Indian leader was asked, does India lean left or does India lean right? And the person said, no, India stands straight. So we don't need to lean towards one or the other, but we have to stand straight and we have to put our views on the table aggressively. So I think it's a lot to do with the mood, and it's a lot to do with a vision. Today, India lacks a vision. It is internally at war with itself. It's fighting with itself. Hindus are fighting Muslims, South is fighting North, East, Northeast is burning. That mood has to be changed. Everybody here and everybody in this country is India's asset. India has to utilize all these people if it wants to grow. It cannot say that certain people will have special status and certain people will have a poor status. So it has to carry everybody. And I think that is something that I'm very particular about, and our ideology, the ideology of the Congress party is very particular about that. Thank you.
Next we have Mariam. Mariam.
Good day, Rahulji.
Good day.
My question is about, recently there are a lot of terrorist attacks that are happening, and eliminating terrorist attacks is being a very important and paramount importance that is to be given. And my question is, if Congress party comes up, what will be the measures that will be taken? And do you think only fighting is going to be the resolution? I mean, when Pakistan did it back. I mean, this is not going to be an end if it's going to be just a war. So what are the other resolutions that can be taken to resolve this?
Well, I'll tell you my experience of Jammu and Kashmir, which is where the terrorism just took place. When we came to power in 2004, Jammu Kashmir was on fire. Okay, the policies of the Vajpayee government had basically set fire to Jammu and Kashmir. And we decided to fight terrorism strategically. So we did a number of things. Number one, we isolated Pakistan diplomatically. So we went to all our friends across the world and we said, listen, they are carrying out terrorism in our country, and that has to be condemned internationally and pressure has to be put on them. And we were very successful in putting dramatic pressure on Pakistan. which meant that Pakistan found it much more difficult to push terrorists into Kashmir. Number one. Number two, we engaged with the population of Jammu and Kashmir. So we sent businesses into Jammu and Kashmir. I myself went with the top Indian business leaders to Jammu and Kashmir, spoke to young students like you, and said, listen, let us try and build a bridge, let us try and build businesses in Jammu and Kashmir and with Jammu and Kashmir youngsters in the rest of the country. That was quite successful. We ran government programs to do that. Udaan program was a very successful program. Thousands of kids got jobs. Then we had a financial strategy. So we decided that we were going to link women like you through self-help groups to the banking system. So we started linking Kashmiri women to the banks and started allowing them to open their little businesses. And the final thing we did is we did Panchayati Raj. So we had elections in the villages and in the small towns of Jammu and Kashmir, and we decentralized power to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. And very surprising thing happened. Between 2004 and 2012, we finished terrorism. There was no terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir in 2011, 12, 13. The number of deaths dramatically reduced because we had engaged with the people of Jammu and Kashmir and we had brought them on our side. Now, the moment Mr. Narendra Modi came to power, he made a huge mistake. The mistake he made was he made an alliance with the PDP. And those are two parties which are diametrically opposed to each other. They did it just to come to power. Today, Narendra Modi's policies are actually setting fire to Kashmir. And it is Narendra Modi's policies that are allowing Pakistan to carry out terrorist acts in India. The people of Kashmir have to be engaged with India, have to be brought on our side. They are our asset, right? Mr. Narendra Modi's policies pushes the people of Kashmir away. So you can't just fight terrorism with one-off gestures. You have to fight terrorism strategically. We understand very clearly that Pakistan is going to use every opportunity to carry out terrorism in India. It is our responsibility to stop them from doing it. It is not good enough for us to say 45 CRPF people have died, now we'll do something. Why did you not stop those 45 people dying? That's the question. I understand that Pakistan is going to do it. It is the responsibility of the government of India to save our people's lives. And that is where the difference is. The problem is they do not do it strategically. So they do it for public opinion. They do it to get brownie points from the public. But they do not do it systematically, strategically. And that is the difference. When we did it systematically and strategically, we actually crushed terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. You can look at the numbers. You can look at the number of soldiers who died, look at the number of citizens who died, look at the number of flights that were going to Jammu and Kashmir, look at the statistics, you will see that there was a steady decline after 2004 to 2014, and then suddenly terrorism takes off again. So it can be fought, the Indian state can fight it, but it needs to be done strategically, not erratically. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Bala Harshini.
Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
My question is, do you think the current education system is good enough for the future generation, or it has to be improved?
No, I don't think so. I think there are a lot of gems. There are a lot of excellent institutions, and speaking to you, I can get a sense that you are one of them. And by the way, I am a little bit of an expert because I've been to many institutions. So I can tell the quality of students, and I can tell that you're right up there. You're very good. But all institutions in the country are not like this one. There are huge issues. There is a issue of access. education is way too expensive, especially higher education. So the price of higher education needs to be dropped. There is also a question of culture and attitude. Our education system tends to stop people from asking questions, tends to impose hierarchy on the person. Whereas a modern education system should allow students to ask questions, should allow teachers to be challenged, should allow teachers to be made uncomfortable. So those would be the type of changes I would recommend. But broadly, you can't build a modern education system with the amount of money that India is today spending on education. So we have to go to that 6% number and spend a lot more money on education. And then we have to sort of try and develop institutions like yours.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, we'll be entertaining only one more question, and that will be Samreen. Samreen?
Good afternoon, Rahul. Thank you so much for coming down here. My question is with regards to the Kashmir policy. As young Kashmiris, we always want to look beyond the political clutter surrounding Kashmir. So my question to you would be, after all these years of repeated Kashmir policies, and you just mentioned you want to bring back the Kashmiri youth, my question is exactly that. How exactly are you planning to address this alienation of young Kashmiris? And are you to that effect open to appointing a neutral arbitrator to see this mission to fruition?
See, on the Kashmir issue, I actually have experience. Because when we were in government, I worked on this issue. And I was involved in this issue. And by the way, I'm part Kashmiri myself, as you know. The question is one of faith. If the Prime Minister of India truly wants to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir will embrace the Prime Minister of India. If the Prime Minister of India does not want to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir will not embrace the Prime Minister. It's that simple. So it starts, like everything, from the heart. Do you want to actually solve the problem? Do you actually care for the people? Do you actually want to reach out to them? Or are they just a political instrument for you? So the first step is building that bridge. And that bridge, if you look between 2004 and 2014, that bridge was built. The attitude of Jammu and Kashmir, I remember people in the droves coming to me. The attitude between 2004 and 2014 is completely transformed. So that is the path forward. You have to fight terrorism. And once again, every opportunity Pakistan is going to get, they are going to try and take. And it is our responsibility to stop them. But you also have to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir. You have to engage with the people of Jammu and Kashmir. You have to show them a better future, which is possible. Thank you.
Okay, Rahul, there's one request from the students of the Light Music Club, and they want to ask you a question.
Don't ask me to sing. Yeah.
Hello, sir. So this is a question that comes from the Light Music Club, as Nora said. So, why did you hug Modi, sir?
No. Because I saw, see, love is the foundation. Love is the foundation of every religion. Whether it's Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, the foundation is love. Okay? And I was sitting in Parliament House and I was watching the Prime Minister give a speech. And I have no anger towards the Prime Minister. I don't have animosity or hatred towards the Prime Minister. And I could see that the Prime Minister was very angry. And he was speaking about me and the Congress party and about how we had done nothing and about how we were filthy and my father was a horrible person, my mother was a horrible person, my grandmother was, he was going on that line. And inside me, I was feeling affection for him. I was feeling affection that this man is not able to see the beauty of the world. That he is so angry that he is not able to see the beauty of the world. And so I thought that at least my part, my side, I should show him affection. Because see, you know the people who don't have affection towards others, you know the reason? Because they have not been loved. So the truth is that the Prime Minister, unfortunately for whatever reason, did not have the type of love that he should have had. And that is why he generates this anger. So I genuinely feel love for the Prime Minister. No, you're laughing, but I genuinely do. I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Now let me frame it to you so that you understand what I'm saying. In 2014, I was a young politician. I'm still young, but slightly older, right? I was a young politician. And we fought an election. And we lost the election. We got thrashed. And I realized that actually the best thing that happened in 2014, for me, for my learning, for my understanding of politics, of people, humility, best thing was that we lost 2014. It was a sad thing, it was a bad thing, but it was also a very good thing. So in a sense, I learned from Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi attacks me, he throws anger at me, and he trains me not to reply in anger. So I can't hate Mr. Modi. Do you hate your people who teach you things? No. So my biggest, and this is a lesson for you. See, there's a lesson for you, young ladies. Your biggest teachers are the people who attack you. The people who abuse you, attack you, they are your biggest teachers. But you will only learn from them if you don't return them in the same coin. So if they give you hate and you give them hate, you'll learn nothing. But if they give you hate and you go and hug them, you learn a lot. And that is also the nature of your country. The nature of your country, the nature of the Tamil people is love and affection. The more you are attacked, the more love and affection you are capable of showing. So I would like to now conclude because I'll get into trouble with my other programs. First of all, it's been an absolute honor for me to come here. It makes me proud of being an Indian, and it makes me believe that this country is going to be successful, is going to be powerful, and is going to do really well. That's what you made me feel. Okay? And I want you to remember that as women, you have every right to the space that you deserve. You will find in life that people will tell you, you're a woman, you can't run this company. Or you're a woman, you can't do this, or you can't do that. You're a man, you can't do this. Okay? So your answer, you have to believe in yourselves. You have to be humble. And when someone throws hate at you, catch the hate, put it down, and throw love in return. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So this marks the end of the interactive session. Can we please give Mr. Rahul Gandhi a standing ovation for taking time off his busy schedule to be here with us today.
One last thing. My social media people have said that I have to tell you this, which is that you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever you want, on Rahul Gandhi. Thank you.